prep. It's just tough to make the track nice and hard like our drivers like it, but be a whole different animal tonight with our Malvern 360 sprint cars tonight. That's going to be a great show tonight.
Yeah, so once again, we are live on YouTube, so thank you for joining us here on Pitside Live once again. So, Malvern Bank 360 sprint cars are here tonight for their second annual race here. We had them for the first time last year. I know we're looking to try to grow the car count better and better every year. We took the same weekend as last year, same date, so hopefully we can get some cars in the infield, get the fans something different to watch tonight. We also have our 5 regular classes, modifieds, stock cars, sport mods, hobby stocks, and compacts. Crown Vics will not race again until August 29th on Friday night. So
that's a big announcement that I kind of briefly hinted to last week, that we're going to do a makeup on Friday night, August 29th. So we'll be back-to-back August 29th and August 30th. We'll be running double features for the B mods and the hobby stocks that night on Friday night, so you get a little added bang for your buck that night. So we'll be running double features for a couple of classes. So also, folks, if you remember, when the sun starts going down, our bleachers are shaded. We have a great breeze tonight too. So this is Iowa. It does get warm sometimes, but I tell you what, at nighttime it'll be comfortable for the races. So make sure you head on out. We have plenty of refreshments, plenty of food. So we've had 3 weeks off, so I hope you guys are hungry for racing and hungry for our concession stand food. So
like I said, it is a warm one out there, but like my dad said, it's the grandstands are shaded and there's a breeze. So it's not too miserable out here. So if you are planning on coming down, make sure you come down. Watch some sprint cars tonight with some regular racing as well. So, so we had some big announcements over our break here, our last 3 weeks that we've been off. It's been pretty crazy for us. Had to make some schedule changes, things like that. So if you don't follow us on Facebook, you might want to, because that's where we post pretty much everything. So the plan is we are going to run our 360s tonight. Next Saturday night will be another night of regular classes for our 5 classes. Plus, we're going to have our Ray Houck Late Model Showdown next Saturday night. The Malvern Bank East and West Series will be here. That is a rescheduled event from back in July. We're very thankful for Joe Koziski for allowing us to do a rescheduled date. I know Marshalltown's happy about that too. They're going to be able to do their Dale DeFrance Memorial on Friday night as well. So it'll be a full weekend for the Malvern Bank late models. They'll be at Marshalltown Friday night, and then they'll be here on Saturday night. So if you can make it over to Marshalltown and then come on over here to watch, that'd be great. The West guys, which is a lot of our local guys, will be competing against some East guys. There'll be several drivers here from the East Series that have never raced here before that are in a late model this year. Looking forward to that as well. So, and then the following weekend after that, we have a doubleheader weekend. That's Labor Day weekend this year. Labor Day weekend is early this year. So Friday night, August 29th, we are running our 6 weekly classes. So that's our 5, including the Crown Vics. That will be pull-in construction night at the Speedway. And then Saturday night will be our another night, regular night of racing with Crown Vics again as well. And that is Houghton State Bank as a sponsor for that night. And then we are going to wrap up the season the next Saturday night, which is September the 6th.
The regular season.
The regular season will be wrapped up on that night. That'll be our championship night. Aiken Building Center is the title sponsor for that night. So it'll be Aiken Building Center's championship night. We'll be doing our driver intros on the front stretch during that night. 6 classes will be racing again. Then we take a week off. And then we come back in the middle of September. So September 12th and 13th will be the 28th annual Napa Auto Parts Tradition. We were running 2 separate shows this year. We're going to run a Friday show and a Saturday show. And then at the end of the year, coming up on August the 4th, is going to be our 3rd annual Pumpkin Dash. And that is going to be the Malvern Bank Super Late Models East and West Series Championship night. And that's kind of how the season is scheduled here to wrap up here at the end of the year. Some schedule changes, things like that. Again, pretty much everything is the same besides adding that Friday night on August 29th. So if you can make it that night, watch some racing, that'd be great. I know there's a home football game in town, but you can go to the football game and then come down here after.
The August 30th will also be Northland night along with Houghton State Bank. So we had to add Northland in there somewhere since our sponsors are getting stacked on top of each other for so many races we've missed. So thank Dennis Jeter with Northland Oil to be a big sponsor for our stock cars, but we'll have them that night as well. So
also another announcement I wanted to make too. We made it this afternoon on Facebook. The sprint cars are in the infield tonight, race fans. So the regular fan parking is open on the south end of the grandstands, so you'll be able to park there as well. The gates are up, but you can still park and walk in like normal. We're just going to leave the gates up because next Saturday night, those pits will be blocked off for late models next Saturday night. So regular pit parking tonight. Sprint cars are going to be in the infield. Also, we wanted to announce tonight as well that I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, so sprint cars. Oh yes, we're going to run a Sport Mod King of the Hill tonight as well. So the Sport Mod King of the Hill will be at the end of the night tonight. So it'll be after our last feature. Then we're going to run our Sport Mod King of the Hill. That is our top 8 in points for Sport Mods. If one of those drivers cannot make it or does not show up tonight, there is alternates that are scheduled. So we will run our Sport Mod King of the Hill tonight. I do not believe we are running King of the Hill next week.
No.
For late models, and then we are going to run probably a King of the Hill on the 29th and the 30th. Just gotta figure out which one it's going to be.
Yep.
So King of the Hill will be on Friday night and Saturday night, 29th and 30th. And then, obviously, if we were to rain out or something like that, we would move it back. And then there's a possibility that we could be running a King of the Hill on the championship night,
too. No more rainouts. We're not going to talk about it.
Yes, so, again, all this information is posted on Facebook. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Make sure you like, comment. If it is a comment, please just ask questions. We don't need the negativity on Facebook. It's getting out of hand, so we don't need that stuff. It does no good for anybody when there's negative comments on social media. It does no good for the community. It does no good for people because all it is just toxic environment. We don't need it.
Yeah, we need the experts. You got the experts out there, but I always gladly invite them to come and join the board. Or
that's exactly right.
Come be a volunteer.
Come down and spend your time down here.
Be a volunteer, and you can see how things actually work. And you can be a part
exactly
of it.
Right, because we are always looking for people to help, and we are always looking for people to come down here and spend their time down here. It's a lot of work and a lot of time. It takes a lot of people to do this, and we thank each and every one of our fair board members and our volunteers that come down here on Saturday night and work. All our employees, we thank you guys so much for spending your hard-earned money and time. We appreciate it so much, and hopefully those people will continue to support us for years to come, because if it wasn't for our employees and people like that, we wouldn't be able to do this. And of course, we thank you to the great race fans who support us each and every week. Come and support us in a positive manner, without negative criticism and things like that. We appreciate that so very much. So with that being said, again, there will be updates on Facebook in the weeks to come with Tradition Purse and things like that. Obviously, if you are a local person and you know the Adams County Speedway well, you know that the Tradition Purse usually increases once it gets posted. There is a good chance that purse will be increased up until the night of the 12th, September the 12th. I mean, we've already had a couple purse increases here in the last week or two, so we're looking forward to those. If you are one person out there who is willing to donate or wants to have your name in the purse addition to the Tradition, you can contact myself, Cliff, my fiance Haley, Dre Hample, anybody on our promotions committee, pretty much anybody on the fair board, really. You can contact any of them, and we'll get in touch with you, and we'll add that to the purse as well and get your name on there as well. So again, we're always looking for those just to give our drivers extra money to run for, try to make this thing big. I know Tyler Gray's family is working hard trying to get that money raised for the Jeremy Ribby deal. So,
yep. Back in the day when Ray really took it over, he called it Friends of the Tradition. Back when we did lap sponsors. I mean, we do kind of similar thing, but it just goes right to we'll break it up in the purse. If you have a specific thing you like to sponsor, a class sponsor, a halfway bonus sponsor or stuff like that, don't hesitate to contact us. The drivers appreciate it. It's all about, giving back to the drivers. That's the way that race was invented. Back when we used to have 50 stock cars, Jim Wichman, Tim Cooney, we were a big part of getting this started, and that was what it was all about, was a kickback. Also, it was a way of hoping that drivers from other tracks would come and run up against our cars. We want to see what they would do against our class. So that's what we still love to do. We still love to have the outside cars come in from other tracks and compete with our guys, and we appreciate that very much. So.
The other announcement I wanted to make while I'm thinking about it, we did announce it on Facebook. So the Pumpkin Dash this year in October, the stock car rules are going to be a little bit different. We are going to allow some USRA stock cars to run with us. There is going to be more rule restrictions that are going to be posted in the weeks to come. But as of right now, we are going to require a 2-barrel carburetor, things like that. So there is a guarantee that our local IMCA rule package drivers will be racing against our USRA stock cars coming up on August the 4th, October the 4th.
Right. So it's going to be very minor changes, honestly. So we had the experiment the last time we raced. We had some USRA cars here to do that, and the only significant difference was the one with the 4-barrel. So we've proven that it isn't that big of a difference. We've had them before for the tradition back in the day. We just put weight on them, and there was never anybody blowing somebody else away. It was always very close. So no matter what tire they were running or anything. So we will love to have those guys come, something we can work on for full-time next year as well. So that's the plan. So just want to get this going. It's always been my opinion to try to get more cars to come instead of keep them away. So that's what we need to do to keep the class survive. So.
With that being said, we're coming up here on the first 15 minutes, so let's go ahead and take our first commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to speak with a couple guests here later in the show, and we're going to go over some racing that's going to be going on tonight. We'll update you guys on the points and things like that because we're coming down to the wire. So let's go to our first commercial break. You're listening to Pitside Live on 95.3.
Too busy at work to wait in a long line at Subway? Order online at order.subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway in Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah. Best Finish Auto Sales and Service is proud of the quality used vehicles they sell and their dedication to serve the needs of their customers. Whether it's your first purchase or one of many that you've had, you can count on their dedicated sales staff to make the best buying experience possible. They also offer financing on your vehicle purchase. Best Finish can also take care of your service needs, from oil change, brakes, alignment, air conditioning, to any body shop and repair needs. Stop by Best Finish Auto Sales and Service at 209 Sharp Street in Glenwood for all of your vehicle needs.
What if we could harness the power of the sun by using the earth to transform the way we use energy? Water furnace geothermal systems are simply the most efficient way to keep your family comfortable. Winter or summer, day or night, rain or shine, without burning fossil fuels, giving you the freedom to focus on life.
Call Camlin Mechanical or visit camlinmechanical.com for your water furnace needs today.
Are you interested in starting a career instead of just getting another job? Well, hop on over to Fresco System USA and let us help you find the one for you. We offer competitive wages, benefits starting day one, and so much more. You can pick up an application at 2026 Fernwood Avenue, find us on Indeed, Better Team, and Facebook, or call 712-623-8100, extension 6659. Spring into action and join the Fresco team today.
No matter what your insulation needs are, Heartland Foam Insulators is your go-to company. From removal to blow-in to foam, they are ready to go to work for you in any type of building, whether it be an existing house, new construction, a metal building, commercial building, or a unique project. Call Heartland Foam Insulators today at 712-623-4515 or heartlandfoam.com.
Since 1892, Malvern Bank has been building community from 404 Main Street in Malvern, Iowa. For generations, Malvern Bank has been serving local businesses, families, and farms to help them achieve their goals in every step of their lives. From saving for college to planning for retirement and everything in between, Malvern Bank is your full-service community bank, here to help as you plan for the next chapter of your life. Call, click, or stop in today to apply for an account, loan, or credit card. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, race fans. Pitside Live here at Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. You're on 95.3 on your dial, and you're here on YouTube as well on the KCSI Radio YouTube channel. Big thanks to all our sponsors again for what they do. I know we've been missing some shows here in the last few weeks. We were able to get one in last week. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it, but my dad and Tim did a good job last week talking for an hour straight by themselves. But again, huge thanks to all our sponsors. I see we got a new one as well, Main Scoop here in Corning. If you haven't checked that place out, I actually went there this afternoon. Got me a chocolate malt. Travis Troutwine, Brock Damewell, they do a good job there. They got good employees. So it's located just to the south of Subway right here in Corning. So go check out Main Scoop.
Price is right.
Absolutely. I got me a medium chocolate malt for $4. You go to Dairy Queen, you have to take out a loan.
I think the most expensive thing they have is $6, so it's outstanding.
You don't have to call your bank up to go get a chocolate malt like Dairy Queen. You can literally just go right here in town and get yourself a chocolate malt.
It's a great place, and they're doing a great job. So
this
is ice cream weather. So
absolutely. So we have another guest here coming on the show here shortly, Josh Most, the driver of the one car. He's won 6 feature wins in a row here. We're going to be talking about some cool things that he's going to be doing with his T-shirts. As well as with the bounty we have going up here tonight for Josh Most. If you guys don't know, there is an extra $400 on the line for anybody that can beat him tonight. Modifieds are racing for $1,000 to win tonight. So if you win and you are not Josh Most, you're going to win $1,400 tonight.
That's correct. So it's the bounty thing. Josh was all for that, and we're going to talk to Josh about a thing he's starting to himself. So anxious to talk about that, a way to give back to the fans. So we'll let Josh help explain that when he's on the program here as well. So, but like you said, it's been a long time since we've been here, especially racing. Technically a month, so it just doesn't seem possible.
July the 19th was the last time we raced.
It gets us out of the groove. It gets us out of the funk. So we're really appreciative of those that can make their way back out here and get us back going and finish out the year strong. We have 5 points nights left. So that's a big deal. We have 4 for sure. Hobbies and B-Mods have 5, so we added the 2 extra to get them all at the same level. So that's a huge thing. Our points, we won't go over results because it's been so long ago, but points-wise, we need to go over those a little bit. We got some tight battles in a lot of the classes. Nothing's really a runaway that bad, so the only one that's got some decent separation is the Sport Mod. So, but still, nothing is guaranteed. That's for darn sure with 4 and 5 weeks left. So
let's go ahead and start with our first class here. Let's go ahead and start with our compacts, sponsored by Floating Vine. Had it right here in Corning. Make sure you check out Floating Vine here on the south side of Corning, here off of Highway 34. They have food, they have drinks. It's a bar that floats on a pond. It's a really cool deal. So go ahead and go check them out. Check them out on Facebook. They have, throughout the winter, they have all sorts of games and stuff you guys can do during the weekends. They've got trivia nights, they've got painting nights, they've got all sorts of cool stuff out there. So make sure you go check out Floating Vine. Currently, your top 5 in your Floating Vine Compacts point standings. 5th is Owen Richards in the 69X car. 4th is Scott Henneman in the 34. He is definitely my vote for most improved driver of the year. He has done a really good job in that machine. 3rd is Keegan Russell, but from my understanding is he is going to drop because he has now switched classes. He is now racing hobby stocks. So Keegan Russell has sold all of his compact stuff, and he is now racing hobby stocks, so Keegan Russell will not be racing compacts anymore, so that points will change. Second right now is Brett Shepard out of Emerson. He has 914 points. Your current point leader, and he is a former track champion here at the Speedway, the 27 of Tyler Hoover out of Villisca, Iowa, with 952. So currently, Tyler and Brett right now are pretty much the two cars that are going to be running away with it here on our last 5 points nights. Mathematically, pretty much the only two guys that really have a chance to win this deal for points is Tyler or Brett Shepard.
38 points are separating those two, so very close.
Tyler Hoover looking for his second career points championship, first as an adult, because the first one that he won, he was still in high school.
That's right. So next up is our hobby stock, sponsored by Hewlett & Son Salvage out of Crescent, Iowa. We thank Chuck very much for being a sponsor of that class now. What a tremendous class we have. That is, we have so many cars that are so close in that class, and top five is Tom Myers is in fifth right now with 750, followed by Cody Warner, only 2 ahead of him with 752. Anthony Davis in the 5D has 768. Tyler Gray is a 796 in the 12G, and your leader is the crafty veteran, the Walleye Jim Toll with 810. So you've got 14 points separating the top two. Anybody there is mathematically eligible in the top 5 without a doubt. So, more than mathematically eligible.
Oh, yeah.
With that many races left. So,
yep.
What a great class. What a great series. I think Jim mentioned it as a big swan song when he looks at it. He really wants to go after this thing, and I know Tyler's hungry to do it as well. So
yeah, Jim Toll said to me this is pretty much going to be his last hurrah when it comes to points racing. He told me, he's like, I'm getting to the age now where I can't do this all the time, and it's hard to commit yourself to every night racing for points, and he's doing a really good job there. Tyler Gray, really, really successful year. Picked up his second career feature win. Last time we raced here at the Speedway for the
1,000 to win.
Yes, it was, and it was a Dirt Crown race.
Yep.
So Tyler Gray picking up his second career feature win here. He's really good, doing a really good job. Anthony Davis, another guy that's really consistent in the 5D car. Cody Warner is always a guy to look out for, and Tom Myers, obviously, he's won a track championship before as well. So only 2 of the top 5 guys, though, have track championships already. Jim Toll's won a couple. Tom Myers has won 1. But Tyler Gray, Anthony Davis, and Cody Warner have never won a track championship here at the Speedway. So we could have a new one. It's going to definitely come down to the wire. Those are the cars to be watching for points battles here in the next 5 nights. One thing I do want to mention that I forgot to mention, on August 29th, that's that Friday night show that we posted, Hobby Stocks are going to be running double features that night.
I did mention that earlier.
To make up a points night, because they are missing a points night, because on the last time we raced for that Dirt Crown race, it was not a points race. So we are going to try to make that up. So Hobby Stocks will not be racing for points. Hobby Stocks will be racing double features. So will Sport Mods that night as well, because they're also in the same boat. They ran a 1,000 to win Dirt Crown show earlier in the year with no points. What that is going to entail is those 2 classes are not going to run heat races that night. They're going to run a feature towards the beginning of the night, and then we're going to do some sort of a point invert based on your 3-week point average, and then we're going to do it again. So later in the evening, one of the last features.
That brings up our stock cars, sponsored by Northland Oil, longtime sponsor of our stock car class, Dennis Jarrett, with Northland Oil, big help with us sponsoring that class, and we thank them very much for being such a longtime sponsor. But right now in 5th place is Rick Barton. He's at 854, followed by Derek Myers with 888. Steve Churchill is in 3rd with 928. I think Steve had a tough finish the last time out, so that dropped him down a little bit because they were the big 3-guy battle there. 37D of Brad Derry is at 948, and only 2 points ahead of him is Jesse Dennis in the 70 car from right here in Corning. So
I kind of view this right now as a 3-horse race right now for our stock cars. Very impressed with Derek Myers and Rick Barton, what they've been able to do this year. They are very much improved drivers this year. Derek's done a really good job in his rookie campaign in the stock cars. He's doing really, really well. Rick Martin's upped his game here in the last few months or so, getting some new cars and things like that. We've talked to him on the show before, and but that three-headed horseman with Steve Churchill, Brad Derry, and Jesse Dennis, any three of those guys could win on any given night, and it's going to come down to the wire for those guys as well. It's kind of like a mirrored finish to last year. Last year it was Jesse and Brad coming down to the wire. So Jesse's going for his second in a row. Brad Derry's going for his fifth title, excuse me. And Steve Churchill, I'm not sure how many he has. I know he has at least one.
Yeah.
One or two.
Yeah. And then,
yeah.
You know, not to take away from Lance or Marvin Hendrickson, you know, they've been consistent all year as well. They're within 100 points, so, but, you know, mathematically they're still there. So, greater thing. But, you know, thank Lance and Marvin, Mark, all those guys.
Mark Carr's improved a lot as well. Steffens Racing, they got a new car now. A lot more competitive in that machine.
Yep.
So looking forward to seeing more speed. Tanner Dixon will be back tonight again in the 22 machine in the stock cars. He's got a newly refreshing motor. And then obviously the zero car of Tony Hardesty.
Yep.
He's one of those guys that you can never count out of victory lane. He's already got one win on the year already. So
right.
And he's only raced like 3 times this year, 4 times.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yep.
Then that brings up our sponsor for the night, RJ Plumbing and Heating, sponsoring our Sport Mod class. So once again, hopefully we'll have Andrew on here in the air. I sent him a message to get somebody from here so we can interview them. But we always want to put out there, like we have most of the year, that they do have financing available now. So very huge thing in the field of heating and cooling, or HVAC, or whatever you want to call it, that when you have to replace some of those things, it's very expensive, and they can do financing to help you out now. They also, as Evan found out last week, they do memberships, is what they call it as well.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. So shout out to them, man. I had to call them late night on a Friday night. My AC unit was all frozen up and clogged up. We didn't realize it back in the coil area. They came over and fixed it up and cleaned it up and did a really good job. So, and I found out that they do a membership package. So if you do the membership package, it's $100, and then you get I believe it's 10% off all services.
Yep.
So it's kind of nice.
And they did it right there at that time, so it actually saved you money right there. So so yeah, it's great to have them on board. It's very well. The last 3 years we've had them in our B-Mod class, but in 5th place in our B-Mods is Kirk McKay from right here in Corning. David was 718 points, followed by David Orr with 746. Darren Hardesty in the 12J was 762. Hunter Poston was 784 in second, but your leader is Sean Kralik with 872. You know, he's got a 88-point lead, so you know that's pretty significant compared to what we've had. So the other classes, so it's a pretty good lead in our Sport Mods. It's the one class that's further away than most ever, but you know, very competitive class. You know, we've got guys that have missed a few times. Bryce Allen wasn't running for points this year, but he's been rattling off wins. Evan Davis. You got guys that are extremely tough, you know, Austin Hardesty as well. So Austin's been knocking on the door for so many times this year, and I think yellow flags have bitten him, but what a competitive class, and very, you know, the point championship, that's the one class that's not as close as any. And finally, our modifieds by Poet. You want to go over those, Evan? I don't know if you got them with you. So I got a phone call coming in.
All right. So let's wrap up our points update here. Modifieds presented by Poet Biorefining. Right now, your top 5, Jeff James in the 71 with 892. Chubbs, Jesse Dennis in 4th with 916. 3rd is the Candyman, Jeff Wiggins with 918. 2nd is Josh Most in the 1 car with 928. It's crazy to think that Josh Most has won 6 feature wins in a row here, and he's still not the point leader. Josh Cooper's your current point leader by 4 with 932. So the Modifieds is going to come down to the wire here at the end. So we're going to shift gears here really quick. We're going to actually take one more commercial break.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk to a sprint car driver that picked up his first career Malvern Bank 360 win last year at the Speedway, Chase Brown in the 55 car. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come right back with you here on Pitside Live.
furniture, appliances, mattress sets, lift chairs, bedding, recliners, and more. S&S Appliance, your hometown furniture store in Clarinda, just received a large shipment of appliances. They have a huge selection of stoves, refrigerators, chest freezers, and microwaves. And if you need a mattress set, they have them, plus bamboo sheet sets. They offer full service from start to finish with competitive price guarantee. S&S Appliance also offers delivery and installation. Stop by S&S Appliance on the square in downtown Clarinda.
This is Josh with Shore Motor Company in Clarinda. We want to be your GM dealer. We have highly qualified and trained technicians ready to work on your vehicle. Anything from recalls to warranty work and beyond, we are your GM dealer. Our service department is open 6 days a week for all your service needs. We even have an express lane for those no appointment quick oil changes. Visit our website at shoremotor.com to request an appointment or give Mike or Amanda a call at 712-542-6581. We are your GM dealer. Shore Motor Company, just south of the square in beautiful Clarinda.
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local State Farm agent, Dave Carball, and we promise to deliver the service you deserve at the price you want. My State Farm team will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call us today at 712-623-5639 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Too busy at work to wait in a long line at Subway? Order online at order.subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway.
Just a Pitside live here at Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. We're going to shift gears to something we don't really talk about much here at the Speedway. Obviously, we're known as late model track country, but we got open-wheeled wing stuff going on tonight, and I'm not going to be biased, but over the last 3 or 4 years, I have fallen in love with sprint car racing. The High Limit Series has made me fall in love with that, man, and we got a driver here who picked up a pretty crazy one last year. It was kind of an eye-opener for him, and it was quite emotional because it was his first career 360 Malvern Bank win. Chase Brown out of Nebraska. Welcome back to Adams County Speedway.
Thanks. It's good to be here back at Adams County Speedway. We're kind of hot and tired, but we're happy to be here, and we can't wait to get on the racetrack tonight.
So how's the year been going for you? I know last year you picked up the win here. You ended the year pretty strong. You're somewhat new to the sprint car game compared to some guys. I mean, you haven't been racing sprint cars as long as some of these guys have. But how's the year been going for you?
It's been really good this year. Over the off season, we switched cars. Basically, the way the chassis is built and manufactured, we switched that. So at the beginning of the year, there was a lot of learning that we had to do with the new car and new chassis, and it took us a while to kind of mesh and get going, but we've really found our stride in the middle of the season and the late half of the season with this new car. And I just can't thank everybody, all my guys, my dad, Mark, my sponsors, M&R Manufacturing, Van Realty, and Soho Creative, Strobel Manufacturing, Moss Racing Engines. Everybody behind us does a great job of helping us put together the best possible piece that we can to come out and compete at these tough 360 events on a weekly basis.
Now, when you pick up this win last year, obviously you probably thought, you probably came in here, obviously you wanted to win, but you probably never raced a racetrack like this before, have you?
No, that's definitely a true statement. It's a very unique layout of racetrack. It's tough to really get a handle on the car when you're driving it around here. I mean, you're going so fast down the straightaway, and then you kind of have to make a sharp turn, even though it's got the banking. So there's a lot of variables in setup and handling and driving.
It's probably mental, too, to tell yourself, it's like, I am going to be okay going into the corner, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a mental a mental game here. Being able to go 100, I don't even know how fast we're going here. Probably 120.
It's crazy.
You're going at least 120.
It's like Knoxville, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's probably the fastest racetrack I've ever been on. Belleville is so banked, it's circle. It feels like you're going the same speed, but here you have corners that kind of slow you down, so you really get that concept of how fast you're going here. So that was a tough transition, but we kind of came in, not having any expectations last year and got the car rolling really good and went away with a win. So we were happy with our performance here last year with that car, not as a whole last year, but we definitely have a good notebook from here last year. So
obviously coming in with big confidence here. I lost money on you last year because I picked Tony Ross to win because Tony's ran a lot of laps around here in a sport mod. So and you just passed him standing still, and I was just like, man, this kid's got some speed. So tell me a little bit about this racetrack on how it compares to other racetracks. You've already kind of mentioned it a little bit. Like Belleville High Banks obviously is like the fastest track you could ever think of, but it's just constant speed.
Right.
This is a lot more technical.
Yeah, this definitely takes more manipulation of the car when you're racing. Obviously, working the brake and keeping the chassis loaded on this racetrack is a lot more technical compared to a Belleville or sometimes a Knoxville where you're just hammered down the whole time. That's kind of a big factor in how the night plays out is how you can manipulate the race car.
How much do you adjust the wing during a race? I always wondered that.
It's pretty dependent on the track condition. Here, you get that wing too far back and you're going to be pulling the front wheels off the ground. So you have to be kind of careful and conscientious of where the wing is at on the race car. But you go to a real short track, you move that thing back and forth and every which way, and it has a good impact, but it doesn't put you into the danger zone. Here, you get that wing too far back, and first of all, good luck getting it back forward with all the air pressure on it. And secondly, you're probably going to end up in the cornfield if you get it too far back.
That's exactly right. One thing I heard from some guys that I know, like Terry McCarl now is running 360s a lot, and he's raced here before in the past, and he's a guy that's raced here and mentioned it, but he thinks this track's a lot like it's a little bit higher banked like Williams Grove. It's kind of like what it's like. Long straightaways. You got to get off the gas. That's what he thinks it's like a little bit. So
yeah, and I would probably agree. I've never personally been to Williams Grove to see it in person.
I've raced on iRacing.
But yeah, to give you a comparison from just what I've seen on TV and racing here, I think it's probably very similar.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Now, and you also mentioned too, it's for the fans out there that don't notice. These guys aren't running 410s, but it doesn't matter. When you get on a track like this, they're hauling the mail. I mean, it's crazy speed.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there is no comparison to the speed that you carry around this place and just the straightaway speed and how much you actually, force the car into the ground with that big top wing. And I think last year after watching the GoPro video, we didn't even realize it, but there's vapor trails coming off the nose wing. So
you see that at Knoxville.
You see that at Knoxville. It was definitely noticeable on camera here. It's a unique feeling, and if the right front is off the ground going down the straightaway, I wouldn't be surprised because that's just the way that this racetrack is and the cars are working today. So
tell me, since we didn't get to talk to you a little about it last year, what was your first impression of this place when you came here in a sprint car? Were you scared? Were you nervous? Were you like, man, this is a little too much? Or were you just like, let's go, this is fun?
To give you the short, long story, I wasn't really scared. I mean, I just was conscientious of how I was going to have to work the car in the corner because they are kind of tight corners. So, not knowing how much I need to be off throttle, on brake, that was something I had to kind of figure out and just kind of learn within that few hot lap session of where, how you're actually going to manipulate the car in the corner. Because if you just run in there wide open, you don't really have a game plan on what's going to happen on the other side. So you have to be conscientious of that and figure out, okay, how much off throttle do I need to be and how much, brake do you need to use to corner.
So it sounds like you're very methodical with your stuff, and that's how you get better at racing. Obviously, race fans, for people that don't know, these drivers are always thinking about that stuff. They're thinking about what I can do better. They're watching footage. They're watching things like that. And obviously you guys came in with probably no information because we hadn't raced wing sprint cars here.
It's been like 10 years maybe.
I mean, it's a long time. I mean,
It's been a long time.
there's not a lot of information to go by, and it sounds like you guys made a pretty good guess last year.
Yeah, sometimes my guys, they just hit the nail on the head. That happens, and they're really good at what they do. They're able to get the car fueled correctly and get the gear right. And my dad and Mark are very conscientious and methodical about how they make adjustments and changes and take the feedback that I give them and use that to change the car and make us better. So we've really seen that throughout the year, where we've gone out and had not so good a heat race, or we run, fifth in the heat race, and then come in the feature and we can move forward. And a lot of that has to do with the adjustments and the methodical thinking that my crew guys do. So
exactly. I mean, it sounds like you guys have a pretty good crew down there as well. A lot of these guys down here on this tour, for the fans that don't know, I mean, you guys have day jobs. I mean, a lot of these guys don't do this full time. This is kind of like your SLMR series of the sprint cars. I mean, a lot of you guys are, you're trying to move up and get better and, maybe have an opportunity to run for a big team in the future. But at the same time, you guys, this is kind of a hobby, right?
Yeah, it definitely, it's definitely a part of our lifestyle and the way that we live. It's something that we all have day jobs. We all, we don't do this for a living. We don't have hired crew guys. We work on the race cars when we have time in the evenings, whenever you can. And unfortunately for our families and friends, that takes a lot of sacrifice away from us, throughout the summer. So there's a lot of people in my life that, I wish I got to see more, but it's always, we have a professional race team and a business to, run and represent our supporters. So, we take a lot of time and put a lot of effort in the weeks in the shop and at the track and on the road. So I'm so proud of all of our support and all of our team, of just how much help they actually give me to perform.
I talk about family all the time on this show, and people give me crap about it. But I had a former person I work with, her husband raced here forever, but what she said is, if your family's into racing, which I hope they are too, to watch your stuff, but it's one thing where you guys can be together doing that too.
Yep.
Racing is another thing where you can be together too. So.
Yeah, definitely. My dad has been around it forever. My other guy, Mark, has been around it forever. My family has, I've raced since I've been 7 years old. My family has been around it. So going to the racetrack every Friday and Saturday night is a little less of an impact, rather than having family and friends that, aren't racers and don't understand maybe the amount of effort that you have to put into it. But
it's an addiction too.
It is an addiction, and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of money and a lot of time, and I'm just so thankful for having family and friends and girlfriend who understand that. So it's really good.
I mean, we were in Newton, but the 360 Nationals, I'm sure that was pretty good. I'm sure you were there, weren't you?
Yeah, we actually ran the 360 Nationals this year. So.
Had to run against Kyle Larson and Rico this year. That's crazy.
Yeah, I told my dad and my Mark this when we were there. It's basically a 410 race now.
Right.
So it's tough. You gotta compete. You gotta perform. You gotta time in good, and we're definitely on our way. We just need to get a little bit better there. So
I want to mention before we get you off of here that the Malvern Bank 360 guys, our SLMR local guys, they have some of the hardest jobs in the business when it comes to doing this stuff, and people don't realize. I have so much support for, and I appreciate guys like you guys so much, because you guys aren't doing this for a living. You guys don't have $1 million sponsorships. You don't have car owners. You don't have things like that where there's a lot of big money involved. it is very hard what you guys do, and people don't realize that as much as I mean, yeah, you got the full-time guys. Obviously, they're doing this for a living, but you guys are traveling a long ways to do this stuff, and it is a lot of work being on the road.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. It takes a lot out of you. I mean, like last night we were in Moberly, Missouri. We raced, ran third, and loaded up, went to the car wash and washed. I think it was midnight before we really got kind of settled in, and then you got to get up early the next morning and get on the road. So there's definitely some hard living times on the road,
especially when you're not winning or you're not doing good.
Exactly.
You get real burnout really quick.
It gets really tough, and you get real burnout. But with the group that I got behind me, it makes it 10 times easier because the effort, the drive, the energy is all there. Just the support that we have is incredible. Ryan Roberts, he's kind of been the one that's got me into this whole thing, and Moss Racing Engines, they've been a huge supporter of us, and we're constantly on the phone with them and asking them questions, and they want to win. So if not more, just as bad as we do. Yep. So they support us so much, and we can't thank them enough for all the support that they've given us, and just the amount of effort that they've put in our race team.
Yeah. So. Anybody else you want to thank? Family, sponsors.
Anybody you think you missed, or anybody?
Yeah. I like Strobel Manufacturing, Mid Nebraska Land Developers, Moss Racing Engines, Van Realty. All of them are so critical to our program and our team, and they really support us and manipulate the way that we perform. So without their support, we would never be the team that we are, have had the success that we had, and just overall, the performance that we have. So
our fan base is pretty familiar with Strobel.
Oh yeah. Kyle Burke.
Yeah,
very familiar.
I actually used to drive for Kyle for
yes, you did.
There. So
you ran some great stuff and
some great stuff and a
couple super stuff, right?
A couple super races. Yeah, I never beat Kyle.
That's hard to do,
and he'll brag about that. Yeah, he's very good,
especially down here.
Yes, very good.
He's a
former track champion.
Yeah, he's a future Hall of Famer down here for sure. So.
Yeah, definitely. Just the whole Strobel family and the whole Burke family. I can't thank them enough either because, the time that I spent with them and raced with them and Strobel's been on our car. Strobel Manufacturing's been on our car for I don't know how many years, probably over 10 by now. But I can't thank them enough and all the support that they've given us and just been so faithful to our team for so many years. So. That's hard to find. That's hard to come by, and like I said, I just can't thank them enough.
Before we get you out of here, Chase, for the fans that want to watch you tonight, future plans, man. Like, are you wanting to move up, or are you happy where you're at? Kind of, what's some goals for you?
Yeah, obviously the main goal right now is we want to win the championship this year. It's going to be tough. It's not easy to do. You have to be there week in and week out. There's some real tough competitors on this series, so it's going to take everything we got to kind of pull through to the end and win. And in racing, anything can happen. So
yep.
Our short-term goal is to win the championship, and it would be a great feat for our team and all of my supporters and everybody in my family that's helping me and helped me. So. That's the goal. We want to get that done. As far as future plans, kind of in the future, we're still, kind of figuring out where we want to go long term. We'd love to, get into a 410 racing and run some 410 races in the future. But we'd also love to, continue to support the Malvern Bank Series with the 360 and
stay local and support it.
Stay local and support it, and maybe run some big 360 shows. So
yeah,
Knoxville is definitely a goal of mine to get better there. We need to spend more time there.
You and about every other sprint car driver in the country, right?
Yeah, and just take a number on that one, basically. So
call up Donnie Schatz.
Yeah,
he's in a new ride. So
yep, definitely. So
all right. That's the driver out of Nebraska, Chase Brown. He's looking for 2 in a row here at the Speedway, and it sounds like you got some confidence here tonight. We wish you luck, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, race fans, we're going to take another break and come back with a sponsor here on Pitside Live.
Maybe not. I got timed out. So
are we still live? Okay.
We're still live. All
right, we got to get timed out here. So,
back in.
Like I said, drivers, that was a driver of the 55 machine, Chase Brown. Good to speak with something different, something totally different here. Sprint car drivers are awesome to talk to, and I've kind of fallen in love with sprint car racing over the past few years for sure. So, and it's awesome to see something different down here. It's crazy to think that he was talking about vapor trails and things like that. So it's awesome to see that kind of speed down here. So, take another break. Come right back with you.
Well, I'll be darned. It's not letting me go to break. So.
Nope. There we go.
There we went. Hey, we're going.
Best Finish Auto Sales and Service is proud of the quality used vehicles they sell and their dedication to serve the needs of their customers. Whether it's your first purchase or one of many that you've had, you can count on their dedicated sales staff to make the best buying experience possible. They also offer financing on your vehicle purchase. Best Finish can also take care of your service needs, from oil change, brakes, alignment, air conditioning, to any body shop and repair needs. Stop by Best Finish Auto Sales and Service at 209 Sharp Street in Glenwood for all of your vehicle needs.
What if we could harness the power of the sun by using the earth to transform the way we use energy? Water furnace geothermal systems are simply the most efficient way to keep your family comfortable. Winter or summer, day or night, rain or shine, without burning fossil fuels. Giving you the freedom to focus on life.
Call Camlin Mechanical or visit CamlinMechanical.com for your water furnace needs today.
Are you interested in starting a career instead of just getting another job? Well, hop on over to Fresco System USA and let us help you find the one for you. We offer competitive wages, benefits starting day one, and so much more. You can pick up an application at 2026 Fernwood Avenue, find us on Indeed, Better Team, and Facebook, or call 712-623-8100, extension 6659. Spring into action and join the Fresco team today.
All right, race fans, welcome back to Pitside Live here at Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. We just got done talking about some sprint car stuff. Now we're going to talk about some business side of things. We're going to talk with our sponsor tonight. He's a newer title sponsor here at the Speedway, second year on board with our Sport Mod division. Andrew from RJ Plumbing and Heating. What's up?
Just another beautiful night, right?
Yeah, it's a little toasty, but
we still have.
You get the air conditioning tonight, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
That'll be nice.
There's still breeze out there. So.
Marshall's not allowed in the air conditioning, though. He has to take the outside.
I think he went to work.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Got called out?
Yep.
Oh, my.
I'm sure he's not happy about that.
Well,
maybe he can come back when he gets back, right?
I think that's the plan.
I can see some AC cooking right now.
At least it wasn't me calling you.
Overuse. But it's like, is it kind of like winter where things don't pop up until you need it, like air conditioning in the summer and heat in the winter? Is it isn't that kind of how it works? It's like,
yeah, for sure. It seems like people are more unhappy about being without air conditioning and without heat.
I would agree. I'm different. I would much rather be cold than hot any day. I like the winter. I'm just weird. So,
well, there's ways to offset it. Like when ours went out one time. Well, this was right when we built the house. Your dad put the unit in, and it was just some fluke thing. The the squirrel fan, whatever you call that.
Squirrel cage, yep.
It was just like a bearing immediately. It started, oh man, that thing ain't
like right away?
Yeah, like 2 days in. But we had a fireplace. So, it's no big. He just ordered a no fan and put it in. It took a day, but it's like we had the furnace. It was, because we moved in December 14th, and it was a fluke deal. Never had an ounce of trouble since.
Yeah, so that's the first thing I want to mention. I mentioned it earlier on the show, but these guys are really good. They're on call. I had to call on the other night, obviously. Didn't know the old coil was just packed full of crap, and Andrew and Marshall came over, did a good job, and it was all frozen up. The chunk of ice was like that.
Yeah, it obviously hadn't been cleaned.
And it's been working great, by the way.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Especially on a night like tonight.
So let's talk about some new things you got going on. Obviously, you've got financing available now, things like that. Tell some people about what are some of your main services and some new stuff you got going on.
Yeah, we're really excited to offer. We just started offering memberships. So for $99 a year, you can get 10% off all the services provided by RJ's, and that's quite a list of services. We do everything from septic inspections and septic pumping, drain cleaning, heating with ground source heat pumps, mini splits, standard gas furnaces, air conditioning, and then just plumbing, normal plumbing, indoor, outdoor. So we kind of do, I always tell everybody we do everything but pound nails and pull wires.
Yep, and it's dirty work, race fans, so it's not something that normal people like to do. So it's like, thank God for people like that. Dude, plumbing, man, yuck. Yeah. That stuff sucks.
Well, I grew up in Nottoway where we didn't have a sewer system until I was in high school, but I had to pump septic tanks, and my parents' restaurant, you had to pump it once a week.
Oh, yeah, get the grease out of there.
Well, it was like a 10,000-gallon holding tank, so I wasn't even driving age, but I had a 58 Chevy truck. We just had a 300-gallon tank, and I take it out the field, and I had to make at least 10 trips. That's what it took. So, but I mean,
that was all day.
You get used to it. It's like working at a hog confinement, or you get used to the smell. It's like whatever. But the only thing that frustrated me was Dad goes, "Hey, do you have a problem?" "Well, my son could come out there and do that for you." I'm like, "Thanks, Dad. Yeah, just what I want to do is go slurry up a septic tank that hasn't been touched forever."
That's
and
disgusting.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So
that's gross.
But you get to see it all.
Oh, for sure. Yes, we do.
I'm sure you can tell some stories, but probably not for live radio. But
to me, it's like, okay, why are they flushing this down the toilet? You kind of get that, don't you? So.
Well, sometimes we found like Fred and Barney definitely in the toilet, and some Power Rangers. So yeah, there's definitely some unique finds.
Those are usually houses with little kids.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So let's see if you can swim. Whatever.
So with this new financing available, guys, too, that's kind of a big step for you guys.
Yeah, it is. We partnered with a company, and they do financing, and it's great. We can offer that to anybody buying a new piece of equipment or even doing a home remodel, or it can finance the whole project if they want it to. So
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
It's definitely unique, and it's been very beneficial for the customers.
What brands do you deal with?
Air Ease is the furnace and air conditioner brand we carry, and Climate Master geothermal heat pumps.
Yep. So, I mean,
Mitsubishi mini splits.
Sure.
Yep.
I mean, we talked that night a little bit about that, but I remember when we built ours, we were just at that stage where geothermal was getting, and I just went with the heat pump, but it's like, do you get quite a bit of geothermal stuff?
It really depends on the person and the location. It can really save a lot of money if you go geothermal versus a propane furnace.
Yep.
It just depends on the location and your utility bills, and also electric versus gas and what you want. Some people don't like gas. Yep. Geothermal's a great option for them.
Yep. And I'll mention, we're down in Mid-America territory, but you got to deal with that and what is it called?
Yeah, Southwest Iowa REC.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're dealing with both in our area.
Yep.
I know when we did our house, we went all electric, and they did a certification on it where they bring this thing out, seal your house, and put a fan. But if you get certified, then you get a discount being all electric. So I don't know if you've ever dealt with that or if you had anybody deal with that or not.
I didn't realize Mid-America did that.
Mid-America does that.
But REC definitely does that. Southwest Iowa REC.
We have been certified.
Typically when one company does it, they all do it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, just, that's significant. And my wife grew up electric. I grew up propane, but she just didn't want to.
The only thing I use gas for is just heat.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I use my propane.
But I've noticed things are more efficient now than they ever used to be. That's for sure. So.
Oh, it's crazy the efficiencies they're coming out with. You can get a standard air conditioner or an air source heat pump at 21 SEER efficiency rating. That used to be only capable with geothermals,
right.
And now they're coming at it with a unitary product as well, and they're getting mini splits that are that efficient as well, and that's amazing. That's a lot of savings.
What I was mentioning earlier, it's not saying something bad, but HVAC is when something completely goes out and you got to replace that. It's not cheap, no matter how you look at it. So that's why the financing is huge. I remember when we lived in Glenwood, when I first moved there, we didn't have an AC, so we got one put in, the unit, and then they did a deal where you could finance through Mid-America and they would just add it onto your bill. They don't do that anymore, but that was a cool option to have. Because it was like 4% interest. I mean, back then that was a lot. 1980, that was cheap.
Yeah,
but they don't do that anymore. So
we saw that coming when the housing market went out of control and houses got so expensive around here. We knew that things are going to get tight, and so we're like, we've got to find a finance company to partner up with to provide that for our customers because it's just everything's expensive.
It's hard.
Yeah. It's going to be $4
How do you think these race car
5,
drivers
6,
feel?
Yeah, $4, 5, 6, $10,000. Oh, no problem. I'll just write you a check. Yeah. So,
yeah. Them days are long gone.
No, ain't that the truth? So, but that's cool. You mentioned that, and so we've been mentioning it all along this season because I think that's a huge deal to have that available. So
I think it's been very beneficial to the customers, and it's just trying to get the word out.
Yep. So
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. The other thing is, dealing with septic is that's a whole new animal.
Will we quit talking about septic?
No, what I'm just saying is, rural area, you have to deal with that, and that's a whole. Now you have DNR to deal with, right? I mean, correct?
And every time you sell a house, you got to have a time of transfer inspection, and we're time of transfer certified. So we can come in and check and make sure everything's working so the seller knows what he's selling and so the buyer knows what he's buying so that everything's on the table.
You have to deal with like Surwa or anybody like that ever?
Not really Surwa, no, but definitely the DNR. I really like it because it just makes sure you know what you're buying. I just hate to see somebody buy a piece of property and then all of a sudden, and we did see it before the time of transfers, they'd buy a piece of property and then all of a sudden they'd be on the hook for $15,000 sewer system.
Yep.
And this way you know what you're getting into. You know if it works before you buy it.
He doesn't have any idea, but it's like it's out in your yard or field, and you got to have this leach field, and you got to have. Back in our day in Nottoway, the pipe just ran the ditch, and we went down there and played in the water. So it's like
I know. It's the same thing. I know how it is a little bit. Being involved with the lake. I go to the lake all the time, and the DNR, always talks about making sure that people are following the rules because runoff can happen, and then your lakes get contaminated with bacteria, and it's a serious thing.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. You got to keep the water clean. I just heard that I think there was a lake in Missouri that got in trouble for some sort of brain-eating amoeba or something.
Ozarks ended up, some guy tested positive for a brain-eating amoeba. So
do you guys have to go to classes on that for keep up with DNR, or do you guys ever have to do that?
Oh, yeah. You got to do 6 hours of continuing ed for the septic end every year. Anybody that's certified. We got 4 guys certified in the shop. We also have continuing ed for HVAC, continuing ed for plumbing. We have to do an average of probably about 4 days a year per service or per guy to do their certifications.
Yep.
And that's never in Corning. You got to travel somewhere.
Because I'm sure there's business.
It's never convenient.
I'm sure there's individuals out there that aren't technically certified, right? Obviously.
I'm sure. Yeah. We do pride ourselves on being
absolutely
certified and insured, fully licensed.
Yep. Well, we are at the top of the hour. You're listening to KCSI 95.3 out of Red Oak, KOA K1080 AM out of right here in Corning. We're talking with Andrew Johnston here. RJ Plumbing and Heating is the company. Make sure you follow him on all the socials. Make sure you call him up if you need something. He's just one phone call away. So
check out our new webpage too.
Yeah.
Yep. RJ's Plumbing and Heating.
They do answer late night as much as they probably hate to.
It wasn't crazy late.
No, it wasn't.
The sun just went down, but I did notice. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that morning when I woke up, I had like 40 mosquito bites on my back. I just got torched by mosquitoes.
I noticed a couple flying around, but I didn't think about it.
I mean, good Lord. Because we were back there playing in the water,
Yeah.
Just attracting them.
Yep. We appreciate it greatly, you guys coming on board and sponsoring our BMUD class, and it's great to have a night for you guys, and you picked the perfect night to be up in the air conditioning.
You guys picked a good night for it.
My guys really like coming to this event. It's one we all get together for.
Well, I mean, one of your employees is on the fair board, so
that's right,
Anthony. So
that's right.
It kind of goes hand in hand, and your sign looks good up there, and it's something that
we got to get the new one though. You have a new logo. We
got to get the new one.
Replace that one.
So
the new one's.
I think my wife's working on stuff too.
The new one is a lot the new one, what Dre's had of it is a lot more noticeable.
Well, the new one too is
more vibrant.
The new one too, we could put in big letters, financing available.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. We're putting it everywhere.
Yeah, so there'll be a new one up next year, so for sure. So.
All right, we got one more person to talk to, or we're gonna run out of time.
Anything else you want to mention?
No. Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
Go enjoy your alcohol tonight and your air conditioning.
Thank you very much. You guys have a good evening.
Drink water.
All right, that's Andrew from RJ Plumbing and Heating. We're going to take another break, come back, and talk to another driver on Pitside Live.
What your insulation needs are, Heartland Foam Insulators is your go-to company. From removal to blow-in to foam, they are ready to go to work for you in any type of building, whether it be an existing house, new construction, a metal building, commercial building, or a unique project. Call Heartland Foam Insulators today at 712-623-4515 or heartlandfoam.com.
Since 1892, Malvern Bank has been building community from 404 Main Street in Malvern, Iowa. For generations, Malvern Bank has been serving local businesses, families, and farms to help them achieve their goals in every step of their lives. From saving for college to planning for retirement and everything in between, Malvern Bank is your full-service community bank, here to help as you plan for the next chapter of your life. Call, click, or stop in today to apply for an account, loan, or credit card. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC.
Furniture, appliances, mattress sets, lift chairs, bedding, recliners, and more. S&S Appliance, your hometown furniture store in Clarinda, just received a large shipment of appliances. They have a huge selection of stoves, refrigerators, chest freezers, and microwaves. And if you need a mattress set, they have them, plus bamboo sheet sets. They offer full service from start to finish with competitive price guarantee. S&S Appliance also offers delivery and installation. Stop by S&S Appliance on the square in downtown Clarinda.
This is Josh with Shore Motor Company in Clarinda. We want to be your GM dealer. We have highly qualified and trained technicians ready to work on your vehicle. Anything from recalls to warranty work and beyond, we are your GM dealer. Our service department is open 6 days a week for all your service needs. We even have an express lane for those no appointment quick oil changes. Visit our website at shoremotor.com to request an appointment or give Mike or Amanda a call at 712-542-6581.
Fans, welcome back to Pitside Live here at Adams County Speedway in Corning. My dad and I have already gone over some point stuff, but we're going to talk about a cool thing that Josh is going to do here for us. So about a month ago now, we decided to do a bounty. There's been a lot of people that have been saying, hey, let's do a bounty and this and that, and we were like, I don't know, and then we contacted Josh, and he was like, whatever, do it. And so we decided to do a bounty. So it's $1,400 to win. If you're not this guy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Any modified driver, if he beats this guy tonight, is going to win $1,400, which is a really good payday for just a weekly show.
Yes, it is.
So Josh has decided to do something else with the bounty. Josh, go ahead and tell people what you're doing.
Basically, so we got the Drive for 5 t-shirts from last year finally done up. So we got Drive for 5 t-shirts. You go buy a $20 t-shirt, Drive for 5. The tickets go, you take your shirt to the souvenir stand down here. They have a bucket, and you get a ticket, write your name and phone number.
It is a red ticket.
Red ticket. You will get half, they get half. If I get beat, the racer still gets the $400, but I am matching it. Like, if I get beat tonight, it's still costing me $400. Somebody's getting the bounty, and I'm forking out the same as the bounty to a fan that buys a t-shirt. So if I continue to win, which is the ultimate goal, like every racer,
it will keep raising.
It keeps raising. So
in theory, I'm going to try to win to the end of the year so it doesn't cost me any money, because at the end of the year, no matter what it is, say it's $1,000 because we get extra sponsors, extra people that throw money in there.
Yep.
I'm not taking the bounty money. I'm going to give it to a fan that bought a T-shirt. So everybody in the grandstands, you can spend $20. It's basically a guaranteed somebody's winning $400 plus.
Yeah.
So it's a good deal. Buy a $20 T-shirt.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I know. I
You
was
wanna go buy
I was
one?
asking him. I was like, how do I get entered in this?
But what you got to do, race fans, is buy a T-shirt. Obviously, that's the first thing you got to do. Then you got to go to the souvenir stand down here. Steve's working in the souvenir stand. He's going to give you a red ticket. Okay, you're going to keep the one, but the one that we're going to keep, you're going to write your name and your phone number on it, and we're going to put it in the bucket. The reason why we want the name and phone number is because if it's 3 weeks down the road, let's say you keep winning and it's 3 weeks, and you're not here, we could still call you and you still win even though you're not here.
Absolutely.
So, yes. So that's why we want to get your name and phone number.
So
and it makes sure that people don't get multiple tickets.
Yes. Well, and so if you're here tonight and don't buy a T-shirt, I can tell you there's probably 25, 30 in the pot right now. So you got pretty good shot, because we just started selling T-shirts tonight. So if I get beat tonight, somebody's got good shot of making a minimum of $400.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, heck, a $20 T-shirt to have a chance to win $400. And the crappy part for Josh is that they don't want you to win.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of rooting against me. And I just thought it dice it up a little bit. I mean, nobody wants to see anybody dominate, completely. So, I mean, obviously I want people standing behind me, so I figured at this rate, it helps maybe some of you guys up in the stands to root for me. Even if you like somebody else, maybe you can make some money by just at least buying a T-shirt. I mean, you can take it home and burn it if you want.
root for your driver to beat him, and then he gets you money because you bought his T-shirt.
Yeah, it's going to look weird when people go crazy in their Josh Most T-shirts when he gets passed, or if he ever gets passed. Yeah. I mean, you don't know. So
for the fans that don't know, he's won 6 in a row, which is unheard of in this class. The only person that's even come close to that in this class is Jesse Dennis. I think the record is 8.
Yep.
I think if I look back, I think Chubbs won 8. I think, but that was back in early 2014, 2015 when we only had like 9 cars. Yeah. So, yeah.
And it's super tough right now. There's a lot of good drivers and a lot of good equipment right now. There's no real spread on money. You know, back in the day, you used to have guys that tried to outdollar people by buying a big motor. And now we're all in the, I mean, you go down there in the pits, you can ask anybody. Half of us got the exact same motor.
Yep.
I mean, Jesse Dennis, Josh Cooper, me.
Spec motor, yep.
Built by the same guy. We got the exact same thing. I mean, we got a little bit different cars, but we all got the same tires. It makes it really tough. We really got to be on our game, and I feel like I just got things rolling right now, and going to try to take advantage of it.
Well, I tell you what, you said nobody likes to see anybody dominate, but at this point in the season, I'm kind of on the other side. I want to see if you can do this. I want to see if you can finish it out, win out.
Well,
either way, I think it'll be really cool.
You got five to go.
Like last year, the Drive for 5. I mean, nobody thought that was even possible. I didn't think it was.
I honestly think that is more crazy than what you're doing now.
Oh, yeah.
Because like you winning, believe it or not, the hardest one I thought for you, and you probably agree, was the compact.
Oh, by far.
I mean, that was just like, you hopped in it the first time and you were like, nah, we ain't going to do this. And then you did it again and you won and you were like, thank God, I'm done with that.
Yep, I'm out. I'm like, other people are like, when are you going to try that again? I said, never. not happening. I mean, I could be 90 years old and I'm either going to man up and get in something else or not do that. I got a lot of respect for everybody in that class. I mean, it is, I'll be the first to admit, it's hard to be up on the wheel in that class and predict what them cars do.
It doesn't matter what you're racing down here. It's hard to win no matter what you race.
Absolutely.
So, and that's what makes it more impressive when you win in all 5 classes. And the great thing is with our sanctioning body, that allows us to do that.
Absolutely.
Because
you can't do that anywhere else.
No, you can't. Because in IMCA, if you have a modified IMCA license, you can't run a sport mod.
No, you're limited to a stock car, and then you can do a late model. That's it.
Yep.
And if you have a sport mod license, you're limited to a
stock car.
A stock car. That's it.
Yep.
You cannot combine a hobby and a sport mod. And
nope.
You can't get in an A mod.
And that's the sucky part about guys that run sport mods. Even like you can't run a hobby stock.
No.
Stock car is the only thing you can run.
Yeah. Yep.
So
they got just different tiers of doing it and try to restrict guys from doing that, which I understand it a little bit, but it makes it interesting if you got somebody that you think is better than you, and then you run door to door with them or outrun them. I mean, every class is a little different, and there's definitely guys that understand the budget part of some of it, but I mean, you definitely could work on your program and jump classes. And like the modified class right now, we need more sport mod guys to move up.
Yep, and unfortunately. And Cole and I have talked about this all year long. With the state of sport mod racing and all these big shows and things like that, guys don't want to move up because it's like...
No, they really don't.
Yeah, why,
Yep. They race earlier in the night. Their tire bill's not so much. Their motor's a little cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, they are racing for less money, and they're more likely to get tore up. I feel like the A-Mod class we got down here, there's a lot of respect. Not very often things are tore up.
Typically with your sport mod class, you are right. You have a lot of your more rookie guys that don't, not saying they don't have respect for people, but they just don't have the.
Well, there's guys learning.
Yeah,
learning.
Yeah, you got to have an entry level class, and everybody thinks the compact's an entry level class, but I can tell you by racing one, it's
right now
probably the farthest from entry.
Right
level.
now, the only entry level class really close to it right now is the Crown Vics.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, and
even that we traveled up to Sports Park and. Just like anything, those guys have it all figured out. They've got F-150 parts, Mustang parts on it. It is.
Well, I know Tate just put a deck in his. I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, well, the rules say that I don't. I'm like, I get that, but what do you do? Like, why do you want to do that?
There's a lot of different strokes for different folks.
I mean, you literally put a deck in a Crown Vic. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Basically a modified.
Yeah, he's sitting in a modified, and there's just sheet metal everywhere. It's a Crown Vic.
Maybe he's just getting ready to upgrade. He's like, I'm getting comfortable with a modified or something else, a late model, and he's going to jump out right away.
Are you the rent-a driver tonight for Hobby Stocks? Are you running a heat race in a Hobby Stock tonight?
I got 2 wristbands. I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, I got told to buy 2 wristbands.
Dude, Haley down in turn 4. Literally before the Hobby Stocks show up, she looks for Josh. She's like, "Is Josh racing?" Nope, time to crisscross because when you make the invert, you have a high enough 3-way point average that every time you make the invert, you're going to start on the pole.
Yep. And there's nights I get they're already up there. The toll crew's up in the Coke Tower getting ready to watch, and I go running over there and jump in the car, and they come run over. No, we're just parking it tonight. I'm like, okay.
So Haley literally has to crisscross every time, and then we get on our lineup. We're like, well, he's not out there, so we might as well just crisscross these really quick.
Yeah, before doing the lineup, our first thing we always do is just look over to the pit area. We're like,
is Josh racing? Nope. Okay.
The car is loaded, or it's facing the wrong direction. So nope, it's not moving. He's not racing.
You are the heat race warrior.
Yeah, there you go.
And the reason why they're doing that, race fans, is because
rules.
Rules. And just in case if Jim needs another car to qualify with, he has it.
Yes.
So
the way the rules read, if you have to, if you're going to switch cars, it has to be a qualified car. So somebody that attempts. And Jim owns 2 cars instead of a whole bunch of parts to fix his car. And honestly, if I wrecked tonight, I wouldn't really want to work on a car. If he had a second one, it'd be way easier to just jump in the other car instead of asking another competitor there that, there's a lot of guys that still respect if they're top 10 in points.
There are guys that would offer up their car.
There is, but then he's comfortable with what he's got. He already owns it. He's got an old car and a newer car, so he just never gave up on the old one. Actually, I think he likes the old stuff better.
Yeah, honestly. Well, he's a stubborn old man.
Yes,
so.
Yes, he is.
So he did say this is probably going to be the last hurrah when it comes to points racing. He said, I probably not going to ever get a chance to do this ever again, so that's kind of why he's full-fledged into it. And he's got a really good shot at it. And I think it'd be kind of crazy if he won another one, man.
Oh, I think it'd be nuts. I mean, it's just like I drove by him that one night. One of the last nights I ran like 5 laps, and I was like, "Go, man, go!" And I showed him the nose, and then all of a sudden I just drove by him, and then I was leading like 5 laps into it. I slowed down, and I just pulled off. We were just seeing if it got hot or whatever, and then he ends up winning, which was great. I mean, he did it all on his own, but it's like almost like it took me to just go places that he wasn't comfortable with his own car and be like, that's my car, it's going fast,
to show
I'm going to go try that.
Yep.
I tell you what, we need to have Dre look into it. I mean, what do you think would be the furthest between championship to championship?
Years-wise?
Yeah. That would probably be a
pretty
new
close.
record.
Yeah. I would say, because Jim, the last time Jim won one, I was in elementary school, so it was probably
long time ago.
Mid 2000s.
Really?
So it's probably been over 20 years.
And I'm still at it. I mean,
he's won 2, I think. I'm pretty sure he's won. And that was back when it was really hard to win.
Yeah.
That was back when you had to just you had to drive your way into the feature.
Yeah, and I mean, for somebody, and not putting him down because he's older, but some of these old guys doing that and still being competitive is, I mean, it takes a lot of. I mean, he deserves a lot of respect.
Dave Weed is another one that I have a lot of respect for, because at his age and how many years he's been doing this and he's still competitive, it's very impressive.
Oh, I mean, in every class, it's changed so much in the cars, driving them, how hard you got to drive. I mean, no offense to any of them, but like when I come into that hobby stock deal, driving in there about 4 car lengths harder than all of them, everybody's like, how did he even keep that thing on the racetrack? But now you sit there and watch, and a lot of them are driving in a lot harder now.
What's it like, man, with no quick steer?
Miserable.
Is you got an arm pump going?
Oh, I just don't know how. I mean, you got to whip that wheel. Everything else I drive. I mean, the midget is literally quarter turn each way. Late model, quarter turn each way. You're modified. You can race it one-handed. I mean, just from between 9 and 3 at max. And I mean,
and a hobby stock. It's literally just.
It's like driving a school bus.
There's times I get in there sideways, and then I just start whipping it the other way because it's like, this is not going to work.
You need a tractor dial is what you need, one of those.
Well, I would have one in there, but I think it's against the rules.
Yeah, so. It is illegal. You can't have one of those. I know that for sure, because there was one time when I was helping Tanner Dixon, he wanted to put one on there, and we asked the tech guys, and tech guys like, no, you can't do that, because he was literally going to weld one on his steering wheel.
It would be sweet doing it like that. I mean, you could be up on the wheel so good.
All right, well, you probably need to get your car down there sooner than later, but really quick, race fans, when you come in tonight, Josh's car is out here. He's having the kids sign it, sign the car tonight, buy a T-shirt, and the T-shirt gives you a chance to win. It could be 400, could be 500, could be 1,000. We don't really know at this point.
Yep, so absolutely. So I guess if I win tonight, you better come early next week. Get a T-shirt.
It'll be at least 500. I know that, because
there you go.
It's going to be $100 every week. So if Josh wins tonight, race fans, it's going to be at least 500 next week. So
that's a no-brainer. I mean, can I get on the other side? Because all it's going to do is cost me money, I think. I better do my job out on the racetrack.
You sound like a race car driver. All it's going to do is cost me money.
Oh boy.
All right, well, we'll get you out of here. Wish you luck tonight. Going for 7 in a row, man.
Okay.
That's crazy.
We'll try it.
All right, race fans, we're going to take one more commercial break. Come right back with you here on Pitside Live.
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local State Farm agent, Dave Carball, and we promise to deliver the service you deserve at the price you want. My State Farm team will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call us today at 712-623-5639 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
After a year,
you're fine.
Said after a year you'd be making $100,000 as a mechanic.
Nice. Wow. Nice.
Might have to move to Council
Welcome
Bluffs.
back, race fans, to Pitside Live here down Plains Speed in Corning, Iowa, and it's Malvern Bank 360 tonight. So make sure you're heading your way out. It's already cooling down. Our grandstands are in the shade. There's a nice breeze. As you can hear, I do believe the sprint cars are out there on the track right now, or somebody is anyway.
I think it might be Hobbies.
Hobby stock.
Oh, no, stock cars.
Stock cars are first tonight.
But anyway, once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Subway, State Farm, Farm Bureau, Financial, Jake Gillespie, SNS Compliance. Can't thank all those guys enough. Malvern Bank, Jay Burdick, tremendous help for our racetrack here, so can't thank them ever enough. Anyway, to finish it out tonight, guys, let's mention a little bit. Next week, the big night for us is our makeup night for the SLMR East-West Series, so very much so looking forward to that one.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, huge thanks to Joe Kaczynski for letting us reschedule that race. It's so hard to reschedule races, especially on those weekend swings when there's multiple tracks involved. I know Haley and I plan on going to Marshalltown Friday night. Late models in Marshalltown is second to none racing, so if you ever have a chance to go over there and watch that, it is awesome. So Marshalltown Friday night, here Saturday night. It works out good for the late model guys. I'm just excited to see some different names down here, like T-Dub and a T-Dub and Jordan Grabowski.
Well, I was going to say, big news today. Jordan Grabowski going to be driving Justin Zeitner's car the rest of the year. That is going to be very, very cool to watch.
Well, I know Graybo for a while now has been wanting to find a late model ride, and it's a no-brainer for him to find. I mean, he's good enough. He should be in a late model already. I mean,
well, and that's what when they did that DRT ride for Eldora, I have some buddies that they came from NASCAR into the dirt world. They don't know Jordan Grabowski. When they told me these are the guys that should get that ride, I was like, if anybody deserves that ride, it is Dylan Thornton or Jordan Grabowski. And they are like, who's that? And I'm like, dude, this guy has more wins than this whole list combined probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just insane the things that he has done in a car in the IMCA world, and even USMTS.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really cool to see him get plenty of reps in a late model.
He needs to bring his other two cars with him too.
Yeah.
That would be very cool.
Graybo has never been here before, so it's...
Yes, he has. Not in the late model. He was here for tradition. It was the year that Van Ginner ran it because he made every car go in the pits, and if I remember right, he pitted right here by the Tech. I'm positive he raced that year.
So I'm excited to see him in Zeitner's car. He's in good equipment.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
I think it'll be good. I'm excited to see Tim Ward here. Tim hasn't been here since he won Tradition several years ago. It'll be good to have him here. Dylan Thornton again will be good. Dallin Murray, it's good to have him back here as well.
Well, and I've talked to Tim Ward about coming down here for the Tradition, and things just haven't worked out. Hopefully maybe the date this year will work out for him, but I know he's told me many times he loves going to the big tracks. He told me he likes our track a lot and loved it when he was down here. So yeah, hopefully maybe we could talk him into. I don't even know if he has a modified. He might just be doing it.
He still does.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
Because he ran it for Heritage Clash.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. He still has it. I mean, Tim and Dylan are a lot alike, where they're just not racing as much modified stuff because they're just trying to move up.
Yeah.
And Dallin Murray's the same way. I mean, so it'll be nice to have those guys back here. Obviously, we'll have our normal West guys here. Tad Pospischel, Kyle Burt, Corey Zeitner, Bill Layton Jr., all those big names will be here as well.
Andrew Kaczynski, who won the last race here. So.
AK is going to go for 2 in a row. His brother Brian. Paul Glendenning, Hall of Famer, will be back here next Saturday night as well. We're hoping for at least the full field of late models. Hoping for at least 24 of them. Yep. And hopefully it'll be a good turnout. I know they're up in Harlan tonight for the Max I. Walker deal, so good luck to those guys up there.
And maybe look for Chris Speaker to be here next time, I think, too.
Yes, hopefully Speaker will be here next weekend as well, racing. I know they're trying to get his motor in. So
Yep, they're working on it. But I tell you what, fans, as you just heard, it's kind of neat to have stock cars in our background as we're finishing the show because we're racing. But, get your buns out here because we got plenty of refreshments. We have plenty of food. The grandstands are in the shade. We got a breeze. It's Iowa. You should be used to this weather. It always cools down seriously at night. We've had this before this year, and it turns out great. So Malvern Bank 360 sprint cars tonight, along with our other 5 classes. So head on out here.
Cole, what you got?
Yeah, really quick before we go to 93 entries tonight, and even without the sprint cars, we would have looked at 80. And on a night where it's this
80
hot,
is always the goal.
That's pretty solid for a night.
That's always my goal number. So
and I tell you what. So for Cole Hendrickson, Evan Bolden, I'm Cliff Baldwin. We thank you for joining us here on Pitside Live, and make sure you tune in next week for another awesome week.
Follow us on Facebook, guys.
You bet. We'll be back with you next week.